And welcome back to RaidCall EMS 1 Fall Cup number 2. We are in the round of 8. The quarterfinals, someone might say. I mean, we would normally say quarterfinals. So these weird people over at StarCraft, they call it the round of 8. But they're downstairs and we don't care. So we're doing Counter-Strike Go, obviously the RaidCall EMS 1. We are close to going live, which is why we've come back on. Obviously, we wouldn't keep it from you, you know, if it was going live. We would show you it. We do have, what, 9 on right now, so not too far away, which is good. It's going to be NiP versus Navi, which is going to be epic.
Yeah, for sure.
At the quarterfinal stage as well. NiP, of course, the winners of Season 1 overall, and the losers in the semi-finals to Virtus Pro last season in the Grand Finals, and this season have become the... Thank you for that. Have become the only team to have won a cup in all 3 seasons. They won the very first cup last week, of course, winning the final, which was a hard-fought final in the end for them. We didn't think it would be, but it turned out that way. We are just waiting for one more player to join the server, and once he's there, we should be able to go live. Your thoughts on this game?
Once again, I've not seen the new Navi side play, so I missed out on Fnatic's new lineup, so I'm certainly catching up on these guys. I'm looking forward to seeing what they can bring here, obviously with the new players in the mix, Kabak in there and Seized as well. Actually, no, I do believe I've seen them once, but I didn't really see them at their full potential, and I think there's no better proving grounds than facing off against NiP, because there's certainly a side who are ready for this. We've been seeing them getting some fantastic results, some very close games, so I think everyone can remember the game against Very Game only a couple of days ago, so it's going to be an interesting game either way. I know NiP they're looking good to go into this one, but I haven't seen a lot of Navi too recently against the very, very best teams. And we do realise that the sound is only on one side from one of us and on the other from the other. As much as I like to say that it was because we were, you know, trying to help you out eliminate one of the casters you don't enjoy, actually it's just because of a technical issue and we can do nothing about it. So you're pretty much stuck with it. Simple as that.
Yeah, apologies for the sound issues. We will repeat the fact that because you may not have been with us for the first 2 games, but you are kind of you're kind of calling yourselves out, because if you're mentioning the sound now, that means you weren't here for the first 2 games, which then means that you're basically a latecomer and you missed out on the first 2 matches, which means you missed 2 great games, and it also makes it obvious to us that you weren't loyal and that you weren't here. So, you know, don't single yourselves out like that. It's a silly thing to do. Seriously, though, we know we have an issue. It's a hardware issue. It's not something we can fix this evening. It hopefully will be rectified for tomorrow's semi-final and grand final of Cup number 2. For now, of course, just try and bear with it. And if anyone else comes into the Twitch chat, just let them know. That'd be great. It'd be very helpful. I just want to give a shout out to the mods and all the people that are currently contributing to StarCraft Global Offensive. I wasn't particularly in tune with it, I have to say, up till, probably this time last week, I guess, when I started being sent links to some of the threads on there, which was very good. And I've since spent a whole week on there, literally just trolling every single thread. So apologies for that, mods. Feel free to ban me. No, I'm joking. And I actually find it very, very useful. It's got a great community on there, so congrats to the guys on there. But I have to say this as well. It comes to something when Reddit is actually your best page in your community.
I've got to say it, though. Twitch chat has been actually quite well behaved tonight. So once again, good job to the mods. It's been actually fairly okay. It's a new thing. We're trying it out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to dwell on it, but I was pretty pissed last week with the abuse, particularly that you got. I don't really care. It makes no bloody difference to me. I've got thick skin and I'm old, so I don't really give a two hoots what you say about me. But I was particularly disgusted with some of the stuff I saw in there with the personal abuse towards you, which I think is just not warranted and doesn't have any place in gaming, let alone esports. And I think the vast majority of people would agree. So, you know, I'm glad to see that that's being kept to a minimum. Now, obviously, you can't have everyone, you know, behaving. It just wouldn't be realistic. And this is the internet, after all.
Who would have thought it?
Yeah.
But obviously, we are waiting for these guys to get ready and underway. The knife round did happen, so we'll be seeing these guys going into the very first round. It will be the pistol. We will be seeing Navi on that T side, whereas NiP will be on the CT. And if we're going by anything of the last couple of games, you can't underestimate the T side. We saw Pasha absolutely annihilating the opposition, and that was Fnatic of all people as well. So certainly starting to watch it, see how this map progresses as the teams get extremely used to it. And take me into the first round.
Yeah, let's go. Jollies are in the hands of Get Right, and he has picked up the first kill. Kabakan does come back to equalise things back. Gets a second, actually, on Forest as well. So, deadly start from Na'Vi as they now have a 4v3. It was guns blazing as we kicked off. And now Senny is going to pick up the kill onto Exist. So, 4v2, and NiP tumble down to just Fiflaren and Freiburg. It's going to have to be the F plan now to get them out of trouble in this opening round. 4 men all around A already and starting to take up positions. Kabakan taking the height advantage here. He's going to get picked off by Fiflaren, who then gets disposed of by Zeus. And now Freiburg will be the Lone Ranger here to go John Rambo 3v1. Got a grenade in hand. He might do a little bit of damage. Does do some as well. And now has to lay down the fire on Starex. It won't work for him. And Natus Vincere win the opening round.
Yeah, great start from Na'Vi there. Get Right's aggression through mid not really paying off at the start. He picked up one with the Julies, didn't manage to carry it over any more than that. And for Flaren's words himself, the mid battle is the most important one for these guys, and well, they lost it there. And it allowed Na'Vi to kind of focus their attention towards A, and it paid off completely and utterly. Let's see if NiP can turn this around. You're watching one of the most dangerous players with that pistol in hand, so you cannot take them too lightly here. Already Starex down to 28 HP. Flaren with a little bit of damage, getting aggressive though. C's getting into the mix now, trying to take him down. Oh, actually, it's Freiburg to get the first there, takes out C's. Freiburg follows with a second. We said you can't take these guys lightly, but that's quite literally the way to start things off. Can he get the hat-trick though? Nice tag coming out, gonna look for the follow-up. Zeus does go down as well, and Freiburg with the hat-trick already. A lovely start for him, leaving only Senya alive in a 1v2. In a round that, by all accounts, should have been Na'Vi's. Let's see what Senya's doing. Carefully playing, I think, is the best word here. As Freiburg and Get Right to find. And Freiburg picking up 4 that round. Clearly getting a little bit of a confidence boost from that lovely 1.6 game we saw him stepping up in. And doing it here just in the same way. Beautiful start to this. Ninjas in Pyjamas turning it around on the second round and denying Na'Vi that early run.
Yeah, nice triple there from Freiburg. And proving as well that the Desert Eagle is a viable weapon these days, yeah. And we've started to see the pros use it a little bit more often, and it has been improved. I don't know if it's been improved completely to their liking, but it's definitely been an improvement. Exist with a P90 kill on Kabakan. And Na'Vi now dropping like flies in this third round after that reversal in round 2. Ooh, a little bit of a move backwards there from Zeus, but he's going to get picked off by Forest with the Fallout 45. That's nice, I like that one.
Yeah, very nice indeed. And bear in mind, it's a 74% chance that the first 3 rounds will go back-to-back of whoever picks up the pistol. So that is the importance here of NiP. They are not going into this, hap-handedly at all. Every single round, they're going into seriously, look to challenge. And Na'Vi are, obviously now going to build back up. We are into the 4th round here. Already the advantage to NiP on that CT side. And Kabakan looking to take it back, though, taking down Get Right early on. That aggression not really paying out so far for Get Right, but maybe Forest can do it a little bit better. Following up onto Zeus, bringing it back to a 4v4. And you can see NiP are really getting quite into the faces of Na'Vi. They're not sitting back at all. This is a completely different display from what we saw just 1 game ago. So, 1 minute and 10 pretty much on the board here. Forest now floating over from mid towards the A side to try and back up Exist. And Na'Vi side are slowly but surely getting their way here as well. Forest does catch a glimpse of Kabakan, and that's enough to take him out of there. Forest already with 2 this round. He certainly can get some more. Senya dropping out the smokes. And Forest goes peeking. Senya finds him comfortably, though. So bringing it back to this 3v3. Na'Vi looking to make their push. Why did they not check the corner for Exist? He's played it time and time again. That nade could take out Starex. It does do just that. And now only C stands in a 1v3 against 3 members of NiP with complete health. And Fiflaren will take him down. So a nice clean round from NiP. Well played to Forest there. Just kind of winning that mid battle, coming over to the correct bomb site and locking them down. Very nicely played.
3-1. And Na'Vi, having won that opening pistol round, have failed 3 times in a row. There should be another eco for Na'Vi as well. So disappointing start for them, and Cash is starting to become used a little bit more often. We've already seen it, of course, this evening with ESC absolutely tearing their way through Fnatic. on the first half. And NiP, oh look at this, double from Forest, is that 3? It is 3. Nicely done. Can the fourth be finished off with a pistol? Yes it can. Lovely 4-man from Forest, albeit on an eco, but all the frags count. It's 4-1 NiP.
Yeah, Forest sitting on 8-3 already. Not quite Pasha style yet, but he's certainly doing the work, and C's not really getting into 0-5.
Obviously lifts.
Yeah, obviously he does. That look that he gave to who it was Heaton, wasn't it? The stare. It's coming back. Who needs the Snoopy stare when you have the Forest stare? It's a whole different world.
And on that subject, of course, of the NiP show match of the weekend, I do want to congratulate NiP for beating NiP.
Yeah. It's an interesting one, but Geralt already getting tagged up there from the opening AWP. His aggression's just really not paying off, and it's quite strange to see. Normally it's Julie's at dawn for him, but Forest this time has gone down, so the star player so far is out of there. Maybe Na'Vi can kind of draw something together. Bear in mind Exist normally does lock this bomb site down as well. We are going to wait for it to catch up. Geralt getting himself over there. He does have that auto sniper. Splash jam. Very nice. Senya edge through. Will find Get-Right. Lovely work from him. Exist not finding out. Those smokes were so well placed from Na'Vi. Freiburg the next target. And, well, it's a little bit of a repeat of the first round there. He's just absolutely annihilated Zeus. McLaren comes around onto Seized, locking down that mid-rotate, and now Exist just has to find those remaining 3. He stayed fairly quiet there. Finally comes out in a little bit louder fashion with that P90, finding Kabakin and Senya, leaving StarX now very much alone in a 1v2. Going to switch up the AWP for an AK and try and find his way back in here. But this is what NiP are great at. These 1v2s, these situations that they should get, they generally do. Fiflaren getting a little bit careful. He doubted himself for a second, but the aim came in when it mattered. Took out StarX and took NiP to 5-1 now. And this is a bit of a landslide game.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have thought it, would you, from the first round? I mean,
No,
Na'Vi winning on pistols, and then you think, okay, maybe they take the next couple, and then game on for NiP, but they're having none of that. And they've gone straight to work on the Ukrainians. Oh,
and you're a teammate. Good work,
oh
Zeus.
My goodness! When things get going badly, things really do go badly for Na'Vi. I don't even know what that was. That was a. Do you know what? I've played like that sometimes, and you do get people getting in your way, and you kind of just hack and slash out just through sheer frustration, and then you go and go, oh, whoops, yeah. They're going to drop like flies here, Na'Vi, and they were on a gun round as well. So, what an awkward way to start the round off. And Seized is now the last man alive here, and NiP have not lost a single player. I would say it's tense, but it really isn't. It's a matter of time more than anything else. Auto Director feels that Freiburg is going to be the one that collects this frag, or maybe Fiflaren. And he's not going anywhere. I mean, minute to go. Oh, and Fiflaren actually did get popped by Seized, and Get-Right follows up. As inevitably they do, NiP. One of the things they're very good at is two-manning up. 6-1.
Yep. That's the thing when NiP, they're always so good at getting those revenge frags. Even if one of them drops, there's always someone to find the pickup there. They never let it go unanswered, or it's very rare. Maybe if you look at possibly very games against them, there was a little bit of disparity towards their usual play in that aspect, but they made up for it towards the end, and they did get the victory when it was necessary, and they're just doing it time and time again. But we are seeing Forest run with the AWP here. He's been doing work through mid, so can't really question it. He's locked it down when Get-Right kind of fell, so maybe a worthwhile addition to the side. Senya already tagged up. We're seeing a bit of a deco more than anything. Haven't seen much of them. A couple of deagles and an AK for Seized. Get-Right with the first, taking down Senya. A little bit of a boost for Na'Vi to try and get eyes across to mid, maybe challenging Get-Right. But 1 minute left. Na'Vi do need to start kind of doing some work, because Get-Right is just running rampage through mid, really. He's finding them and dropping them down. Forest missing the shot there, a little bit unusual. The deagle won't miss. We're seeing that actually coming into a bit of a viable position now. Exist will deal with the threat and bring it down to that 4v2. And now Zeus challenging Get-Right, does get the better of him, so unlocking a little bit of freedom through mid, but look how quickly they're getting back into this. Flashes come out immediately, and already Fiflaren looking towards the vents. Freiburg through mid, and you can see just above him, it's Exist dropping over. So Exist did take down Zeus, StarX gets the revenge kill, but Freiburg's there, and there we have it. As we said, it's those back and forths. Every time someone gets a slight advantage on NiP, 3 players adapt immediately, and they work out where they're going, how they can get it, and how they can lock down the threat.
Good spread of kills across the board as well. 11 for Exist, Forest 9, Fiflaren 6, Freiburg 6, Get-Right 5. Quebecan has 5. Zeus and Senate also on 5. Starix with 2, and C's with just a single frag from the first 8 rounds. Ninjas in Pyjamas leading 7-1 in the quarterfinals of the RaidCall EMS 1 Fall Cup number 2, having already claimed Cup number 1 and guaranteed their position, well, almost guaranteed their position in the last 16, which is a group stage for the last for the top 16 ranked teams from the season. Last season it was 60 points that got you through. The season before it was 55, in fact 45 the previous season, and so anywhere between sort of 45 and 60 is going to give you a chance. I mean, if you pretty much go over 100, you're guaranteed of going through to the final 16, top 16 over the 4 cups that will be played out over the next couple of weeks as well. It's Cup 3 next week on Tuesday, and that will be followed by Cup 4 the week after, as Forest and Getright continue to do good work between them. Getright with a double. Only Senia and Quebecan now remain. And Na'Vi not showing anything at all right now in terms of purpose, in terms of intent, in terms of strategy, in terms of gunning right now. 2 of them making their way towards B, making their way towards A, my mistake. Forest does pick up the first one. Quebecan now replying back in on Exist, and smoke deployed across to the far side and towards the bomb site. Bomb not able to get into the bomb site though. Quebecan will be locked down by Forest in the end. That was just too much to ask from one player. He was 1v5 and had already managed to dispose of 2. So 8-1 now. Difficult to see where Na'Vi can pull back into this game.
Yeah, and I kind of want to see the scoreboard, see what Na'Vi are actually sitting on. Well, Siege finally did get on the scoreboard, 1-9, Quebecan at the top, 7-9, but they're making no impact. Even with the small amount of kills they're getting, it's negated pretty much instantly by NiP's play. Forest once again wreaking havoc through mid, and you've got to bear in mind these are gun rounds they're picking up like this. They're barely allowing any room to breathe for Na'Vi. With 3 now standing, they've gained no ground. NiP's pressure through mid has been incredible, whether it be if Flaren makes his way through the vents or going around the back if they do focus A, whether it be the other way around where Exist comes across to mid and Forest just floats in between. It's been perfectly done. Get in their faces. It's how you should play this map right now. If you want to be applying the pressure, if you want to play it fairly aggressively and strangle the opposition, this is how you do it. So Senya now does actually take down Getright, so maybe gets a glimpse into mid, but they know Forest was there with the AWP. Should have probably remembered that, but anyway, didn't expect that to land. Lovely shot comes in from C's though, so back into a 3v2. Maybe Na'Vi can start working this one in. C's and Starix, the last 2 up against Freiburg, who you're watching right now. Exist and Fiflaren. Fiflaren has been locking down the B-bomb site. He continues to do so, taking down C's. Freiburg will come around from the rear and take down Starix. So right now, NiP is showing you how to operate on this map. 9-1 currently, and Na'Vi are so locked out, even if they do like an all-in push, no matter where they go, the rotates are so quick, it's unbelievable. You immediately have Forest there, or you immediately have Fiflaren. Whoever it is, they're straight on it, and they read it right every time.
Yeah, let's see whether Na'Vi can mix things up a little bit now. They're going to find something different here. And looks like they are going to make a very quick push out into mid already. Again, Getright waiting for him. Will pick off the head of Starix. Is going to have to reload quickly, but again, it's got Forest right behind him. Did use him as a little bit of bait, though, and Forest drops to the hands of Zeus. Getright's going to pick up a 30. No, not quite. Zeus down to 37. But it's now a 4v3. Things have calmed down a little bit after that initial rush out through mid, and if they're going to challenge Forest and Getright out in that mid area, they're going to have to do it better than they're currently doing it, and Getright's now pulled back to a different position here. He's going to have to reload. He's only got 18 bullets left. That's how busy he's been out in this mid area. Does pick up a 3rd. Could he get a 4th? Not quite is the answer. Senia down to 14 health. And Quebecan now the only man with a full pack. He's going to be disposed of by Freiburg, who's going to hop over the top here and pick off Senia. Nicely done by Getright in the mid area, almost on his own. And Ninjas in Pyjamas lead 10-1, and the push through mid doesn't work for Na'Vi either. You're going to have to find a different entrance.
Yeah, and the thing I remember of NiP about this map, a lot of people question their early performance on there. I think we saw them against one of the other top teams that generally NiP beat time and time again. It came onto this map, and then NiP struggled. You can see they've gone back, they've done the work, and they're ready to take it on in this game. Every single way they're playing this is perfect. They do their homework, and that is what is so good about them right now. And Na'Vi just not getting used to it yet. Some teams are struggling. Look at Fnatic, struggling initially. ESC, who apparently hadn't played it before, turned up very quickly. And we're seeing it here again. Freiburg just making light work of them, getting 3 again, knocking them down, and just taking them out of the picture immediately, leaving only Kabakin standing in mid, and there's Exist on the rotate, taking him down. So clearly, NiP have been doing their homework. They know what maps are going to be played, they know when they're going to be played, and they know who they're going to be coming up against now. And they know what they're in for, and they're just executing time and time again.
Flawless couple of rounds from NiP. Just add more insult to injury right now for Na'Vi. They're 11-1 down. And Starix looks like he's dropped on a partial buy. Well, they've got a Galil. That's gone now as well, because that was in the hands of Kabakin. And Fifth Round did take a whole host of damage, 94 to be precise. And well, Starix has started moving now, so maybe that was just a personal issue that he had to deal with. And he's the last man standing, disposed of by the pistol of Forest. And NiP add yet another round to the scoreboard. And what have we got now? Hopefully a full buy from Na'Vi. Starix the only man not to buy so far. Double AWP now, Seized and Zeus. This is going to be interesting.
Certainly a different take on it from Na'Vi, so maybe try to switch something up here, because to this point it's been pretty much a dire display. They haven't focused bomb sites down all in. They've just been doing this kind of weird mid-strat that's not really paid off. So, I don't know, maybe this is their chance to adapt here. They have made their way through mid. Starix towards B, looking to wait for Fiflaren. He knows he's here. We'll get a little bit of spray down towards him, taking Fiflaren down to 47 HP. We'll wait and see if Zeus's AWP can come into play. Maybe trying to keep NiP at range towards the bomb sites, actually peek in, get the work done. Maybe splitting their attention isn't the wrong thing right now, because NiP have been so easy to focus them down on the rotates. This could be a good adaptation. We'll find out. Then again, NiP very good at playing passively too, so clock is down to 57 seconds here. Na'Vi yet to really make the impact bar towards Fiflaren, yet they're focusing towards A, so gonna have to wait and see if they fully commit. Forest, oh look at this position, boosted up, and well, you can see the danger that this poses. Already Zeus is very low, Forest drops down, gets 1, gets 2, and the 3rd, looks for the 4th. He doesn't get it. Senya denies, but Freiburg will find Starix, get right into the action. There's the pickup. And the slow rounds, once again, not quite working for Na'Vi, as well as the fast ones. Whatever pace they're trying out, it's not really working in their favour.
No, and they're at the point now, of course, in the game where every strat that they've had that they will have practiced for cash has been used. And now they're starting to do things that they've never done before, in the hope that they can confuse NiP or change the way that they're working right now. They're getting through the smoke in mid. Get Right just picks out Senia, knows exactly where they're going to be, because they've been through that area so many times and they haven't learnt that they will get picked off by the monster that is Get Right. And this is going to be 14-1 without a shadow of a doubt. Fiflaren and Forest combined. Last man standing is Seized. He's going to fall to the hands of Forest. And that should be pretty much GG now when we switch over. 14-1, and a reminder, the one that Na'Vi got was a pistol round.
Yeah, this is a little bit different to what I'd expect. It's strange to see for me. Maybe Na'Vi have not played this map as much. But then again, you look down to the rounds where they're not getting the opening kills. They're not actually executing any strategies. They're just being stopped where they start. This is not Na'Vi that we know. These guys can handle pressure. They've performed well with Kabakin in there. He's been doing great. Seized as well has stepped up. You can't say, oh, these new guys are keeping them down. It's just the way they're playing is not suiting it. So maybe they can start building up on the CT half, but bear in mind, they're this many rounds down. I don't know how much work they can do.
No, and it's going to be a fast push here, right in towards the bomb site very quickly indeed, and Zeus does pick up a kill. Can they get a second one? No, they can't. Forest actually shutting down Starix in the higher area, and they're going to get the bomb planted on this B bomb site now, and this is going to be very difficult for Na'Vi to come back in here with 3 men and try and retake this bomb site. It's going to start in the hands of Kabakin, who's done a little bit of damage. Finally gets rid of Forest, actually. Senia now comes in on Get Right now. There's a chance here for Na'Vi. Some excitement perhaps from the game. In comes Seized, in towards the bomb site, gets 1. Can he get the second now? Oh, Fiflaren caught short here, trying to reload and then has to switch around. Gets 1! Can't get the second though. Kabakin will lock him down, and that defuse will come in just in the nick of time. Did have a defuse kit, and that is brilliantly played by Na'Vi. I was completely wrong, and Na'Vi have won the 2nd consecutive pistol round. But is that all she wrote, or can they make an amazing comeback?
Bear in mind, the first time Na'Vi did this as well, they were the ones who picked up that initial pistol. It might not be as clean this time around as the first time, but they have got it. But this 17th round, the first time around, and the initial pistol, NiP turned the tide early on. Then again, maybe this is the side for Na'Vi. Maybe this is what they've been training for. And 7-0 will see what they're in for now. NiP playing passively through mid. Get right more holding the push than anything. NiP looking towards A. Senya, tagged up already. Nice reply got in from that P90. Spraying through the door, taking Freiburg down to 15 HP. And we are looking for that push. Gabakan finds the first. Good start from Na'Vi. Getting that opener. Exactly what they need. There's the following kill from Senya, finding Forest. And as much as this is an eco bash, this is a desperately needed one. Everything must happen perfectly. They can't start losing players. They've got to play it to the absolute clinical maximum. Starix battling with Get Right there. They're all on the hunt now. All getting around to play this one as best they can. Let's Get Right in a 1v5. Don't think there's much hope here. Surrounded by Na'Vi, and they've bucked the trend from the first round. They have picked up 2 back-to-back now. Maybe this is where they need to build from, because I've got to say it, they played it well. They didn't allow NiP through, so almost playing NiP at their own game there.
Yeah, I feel like we're clutching at straws a little bit by, expecting Na'Vi to win what effectively is the next 13 rounds to win the game, because that's what they have to do right now. I mean, they did have to win 15 in a row, but now they have to win 13 in a row, so it's a little better, but it's a huge order, even for a team of the class of Na'Vi to pick up. So this is still a long shot, but with every round that slips by that Ninjas in Pyjamas don't win, a little bit, albeit a small bit, of doubt will creep in. So they will want to stop that early on, and this looks like a good chance to do so. They have got guns right now. Freiburg and Get Right have already picked off 3 here. Senya and Starix, the last 2 remain. In towards the bomb site they go here. Forest from the southern area, picking out Senya in the doorway, and will pick up the frag as well. Starix has replied back in on Get Right now, but it's a 3 versus 1. Bomb is actually going to the A bomb site, while Starix is actually over on the B bomb site, and he'll get picked off by Fifth Lauren at the end of the round. And Ninjas in Pyjamas are playing no chance with this game. It's now match point, and they've got 12 of them.
Yeah, this is looking like a one-sided game right now, to say the very least. NiP on 15 rounds already out of 19 played. So you can see the absolute pressure that they've been putting through towards Na'Vi, who did pick up the first, 2 rounds, and then, went a little bit pear-shaped. Anyway, let's see if Na'Vi can hold off the inevitable almost now. As Forest kicks off, he does take down Zeus, looking for more though. Forest, he does find more, does find 2 that start, and Gabakan finally shuts him down, but Senya going aggressive into the eyes of Exist here. And Freiburg round the side, this could be trouble. If Lauren's find Gabakan, Exist onto Senya, now Starix in a 1v4. This has got to be all she wrote here. There's no way in God's green earth, as talented as this man is, as historic as this player is, he can really do this, surely not. Well, he's found the... We almost found the first. Exist down to 20 HP. Freiburg now peeks around, and that'll be the nail in the coffin. 16-3. And that was a very, very quick game for NiP.
Yes, it was.
Wow.
I don't think you can say much else about it.
No.
They lost 2 pistol rounds, so they probably have to do some pistol round training. I think Heaton should get them on that immediately.
Yeah, I heard he did quite well on Dust.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, you can't really pick out anything about NiP because they were flawless this evening.
Yep.
Absolutely flawless. They move on to the semi-finals, which we will see tomorrow. In fact, let me just double-check and see if we've got any more results in. I doubt we will have, because that game
was obscenely fast.
It was ridiculously quick. I think they're probably still playing round of 16 for some teams. In fact, they are. Western Wolves Cowabunga still haven't got the result in from that game, from round of 16. In quarterfinals, Ninjas in Pyjamas playing Na'Vi, as we've just seen, winning 16-3. ESC will play the winners of Cowabunga and Western Wolves. Very Games currently taking on LDLC in an all-French clash, and N Faculty are playing Copenhagen Wolves right now. It's also on our other streams. Yep. So thank you very much for tuning in. That's it from ESL TV this evening. I apologise for the sound once more. It's not that we're too lazy to fix it, it's just that we can't fix it. It's been a hardware issue that we were stuck with from the start of the show that just couldn't be fixed without buying new pieces of hardware, which will be here for tomorrow. So thanks for bearing with us this evening. This is us signing off. We'll see you tomorrow from 7 o'clock Central European Summer Time for the semi-finals and the grand final of Cup number 2 of the RaidCall EMS 1 Full Cup. Thanks for tuning in.